Hi, it's Jessie, and welcome to my vlog for this week for BookTube-a-thon. I decided to just make a few little clips each day, and I'll make it into one longer video, posted at the end of BookTube-a-thon, so that's what you're about to watch. Today is the day before BookTube-a-thon, and I'm making this introduction because tomorrow I need to be reading and not recording. So I thought I would take the time to do this real quick right now. I did make my to-be read list. I'll link that video below, but I think I'm already gonna make some changes on there. I picked up a couple other books that I think will fit the categories a bit better and are a little bit shorter, because when I thought about it, I really do need to, if I want to hit that 7-book goal, I'm gonna need shorter books. So I figure what I'll do in these clips that are coming up after this is I will just talk about what I'm reading, and at the end of each day let you know how far I got at various books. So enjoy the rest of the video. So it's day 2 of BookTube-a-thon, and I wanted to give you an update of how I did on day 1, which was yesterday. During breakfast, I read 2 comic book short graphic novel books by Sarah Anderson, Adulthood is a Myth and Big Mushy Happy Lump. So I read both of those very quickly while I was having breakfast. Yesterday, I thought the idea being that if I could get a couple books under my belt and give me some momentum, and they were very short, so that counted, both of those counted as reading 1 book in a day, so that's done. I listened to about half of the audiobook of Salt to the Sea, which I decided to do that as my hyped book just because someone else had recommended it to me and it was available from my library, so I'm listening to the audiobook of that. I will probably finish the rest of that today. I also started this one yesterday, I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, which was my person on the cover and person different than me, and I got about 85 pages into this one. It's not moving as quickly as I would like, so that's why I haven't gotten as far as I want. I also just picked up the Breakdown by B.A. Paris from the library, which is a book I wanted to read because I liked Behind Closed Doors by the same author. So that one will probably just go into the one of the 7 because I don't really think it fits in any other category. So that's it. And so right now I'm outside, as you can see. So I'm about to read the Y the Last Man graphic novel issue 2 or book 2. I think it's like 6 to 10 or something like that. This is my book that I read outside. Not happy about it, but here we go. I'm gonna read outside. I'm on page 3. Can I stop now? I should have picked a shorter book. And I found something shorter. I'm gonna read Moana comic book. It's only 56 pages, so hopefully I can handle being outside for the duration. Finished it. It was basically Moana the movie, but without the singing. So the sound, take the songs out, but the dialogue was pretty much the same. It's a little bit condensed, so it's very cute. Hi, it is day 3 of BookTube-a-thon, and I thought I would give you my update. So yesterday I did finish Salt to Sea, along with reading the Moana comic book outdoors, so that brings my book total to 4. And I also started reading The Breakdown, which brings me to something else I wanted to talk about. Part of the BookTube-a-thon is there's a Instagram contest every day where you have to take a photograph, book-related photograph, based on a certain theme. And I just have to say that the book Instagram people are amazing. Like, I looked through some of the photos and I don't know how I can compete. It's really, really amazing setups and backgrounds and just very artistic, so I'm highly impressed. But that being said, I'm going to try to do today. Today is supposed to be reflection, and since I'm reading The Breakdown, I thought I could try and do some kind of reflection relating to the car, because it's about a woman whose car breaks down. So yeah, so I thought maybe I'd try to do like a reflection off the car, or maybe the car window or mirror or something like that. and we'll see if I can come up with something fancy for my Instagram. I think I got it. If you want to check out my Instagram, it is also Plan with Jessie. It is now day 4 of BookTube-a-thon, and I thought I would give you an update. So yesterday I finished the breakdown, and I also finished a short little novella called Random Acts. So it was an audiobook, so it was only about 2 hours long. It didn't take very long to listen to it all. So with those 2 added, I'm now up to 6 books for BookTube-a-thon, and I thought I would reflect a little bit so far. It's interesting that I'm not really reading any more often than I normally would, which is all the time. I'm just reading shorter books and listening to shorter books, so that's when my book count is higher than it normally is. But in terms of actually time during the day that I'm reading or listening to an audiobook, it's about the same that it has been for most of this year. Another thing I wanted to mention was I started reading Juniper Lemon's Happiness Index this morning, and that is the official BookTube-a-thon book. And it's really interesting to me because it has the same premise as I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, which I started earlier in this week and haven't gone back to, and that it's about a young teenage girl whose older sister recently died, and she wants to figure out something about some secret relationship she had. It's like exactly the same premise. So yeah, so that's interesting. I also started listening to the audiobook of All the Bright Places, which interestingly enough is also about a teenage girl whose sister just died. So I don't know how that happened, but I'm currently reading 3 books about a teenage girl whose sister just died. A couple months ago I was reading multiple books at the same time about someone who was kidnapped and then threw acid on her attacker. So I don't know, it just goes in waves, I guess. So now I'm here at the library hoping to get Ruth Ware's new book, if they have it in. Today is Friday, so that makes it BookTube-a-thon day 5. So yesterday I finished, well, I guess I started and finished Juniper Lemon's Happiness Index, and I think it was a good idea to read a young adult book just because that's something I can read super quick. So I was able to finish it in one day. So with that brings my total to 7. So I met the challenge of 7 books this week. So I think I could maneuver my books into the categories and say that I've completed the whole challenge, but I want to finish reading this one because I did pick this one as in my to be read pile for this challenge, and I really didn't read a lot of the ones I thought I was gonna read, so I'd like to read this one, so at least that I can say that I read something off my to be read list. So when I finish that book, which is also a young adult book, so hopefully it won't take me too long, with that I think I will call the challenge complete. So that's all for today. I'm off to Target. I think I may peruse the book section for a little bit. I typically don't buy books from Target. I usually only do library books, or if I'm gonna buy a book, I probably will buy it on Kindle just because it's usually cheaper. But I like to look around the book section to see what's new, to just see what they have. And so I think I'll take you along and show you the book section at Target. of the BookTube-a-thon, and I did not finish any books yesterday. I did read a little bit more of Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, but I still haven't quite gotten into it yet. And I read a little bit of The Lying Game by Ruth Ware. Again, I didn't really get into that one either. I think I was just tired last night, so I just went to bed. Now I'm about to go to a planner meetup, so maybe I'll show a little bit of footage from there, and I'll show you what it looks like to go to a planner meetup. It is day 7 of BookTube-a-thon and time for my wrap up. So I didn't finish any more books after yesterday, so I'm still at 7 books total. I did pick up The Child by Fiona Barton yesterday at the library, and so I did start that. I got about 80 pages or so into it, and I'm about 41% done with the audiobook of All the Bright Places, but other than that, I didn't really make progress on anything. However, I am calling this BookTube-a-thon a success. I finished 7 books. I finished books in every category of the challenge, and I had a lot of fun, so I think I'll definitely do the challenge again next year, and I hope you've enjoyed watching me this week. My vlog of BookTube-a-thon. And if you want to keep following my reading progress, I'm going to put a link to my Goodreads account down below where you can see what I'm currently reading and the ratings that I give everything I read. And if you want me to do more vlog type videos, let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. Bye.